Yeah, let me start with the new chapter. Now, the next chapter, what we are having is alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Okay, the next chapter, organic chapter itself, alcohols, phenols, and ethers. Okay, it has three topics. As you can see, one topic is of alcohols you'll be learning, then you'll be studying about phenols, and then you'll be studying about ethers. So today I'll be just doing the intro part of this. What are alcohols, what are phenols, and what are ethers, and how to name these compounds. Okay, so let me start with that. So alcohols are basically derived from aliphatic hydrocarbons are there, no, like your methane, ethane, and all that. So from the methane, which you can see here, CH4 it is. So if I replace one hydrogen of the methane by OH group, then what will I get? I will get CH3OH. Okay, if one hydrogen of the methane is replaced by OH group, then it is called as a alcohol. Okay, generally we write this as ROH. General formula of alcohol is ROH. Okay, where R can be what? It can be any alkyl group. No, R, you know, it is alkyl group. R is just an alkyl group. Okay, that alkyl group can be either CH3 or it can be C2H5 or C3H7 and so on. C3H7 and so on. Okay, clear, no? What are alcohols? Similarly, what you have studied in haloalkanes, there what we have done, we have replaced the hydrogen by halogen, no? If you are doing that with aliphatic, we name them as haloalkanes. If you do that with aromatic, we name them as haloarenes. So now here in the alcohol chapter, you are supposed to replace that hydrogen by OH group. So if you replace that hydrogen by OH group, then it is called as alcohol. In aliphatic, it is called as alcohols. Okay. So just write the formula also. It's not given in your book. They have not given general formula. I want you to write the general formula also, ROH. Understood, students? Reply. Yes, okay, fine. Have you all written this down? It's there in your book. At least general formula you write, ROH. Okay, now same thing if you're doing with the benzene now. Benzene, you know, it has a 6 carbon and there is hydrogen here present. So if you remove this hydrogen and replace it by OH group, okay. So then if I remove this hydrogen or any other hydrogen, if I remove and replace it by OH group, then I'll get benzene with one OH. Okay, we have removed this hydrogen and we have replaced by OH group. Then this is called as phenols. Okay, these are called as phenols. Generally, we write as AROH, where AR stands for your aryl group, this group, arenes, no? So it is written as AROH, that is phenols. Okay, so from aromatic compound, if you replace, or aromatic hydrocarbon, I say, from aromatic hydrocarbon, if you replace one hydrogen by the OH group, then it is called as phenols. Okay, now we will move on for the classification. Let's start with the first classification. Again, classifications are these are similar what we have learned in haloalkanes, no? Based on number of OH group, you will be having classification. Then based on the hybridization, there will be classification. So I said it's almost similar. The classification is similar to what you have learned in haloalkanes and haloarenes. So if there is different number of OH group present, if there is one OH group present, okay, if you have now CH3 and then one OH, then these are called as a mono. This will be called as monohydric alcohol. Okay, these are called as monohydric alcohol if there is only one OH group present. Now if there is two OH group present like this, CH2 and then CH2 here, 2 carbon I have taken and one OH I have attached here and one more OH I am attaching on this side. So if there is two OH group present, then what will be that called as a dihydric alcohol. Okay, this will be called as dihydric alcohol if there is 2 OH. Now this 2 OH which I have replaced over here, it is in the adjacent carbon atom. Can you see here? I have not put on the same carbon atom. I have put in the adjacent. So that's because See, if they are present on the same carbon atom, there will be repulsion. Okay. If this OH group and OH group, because you know both of them has lone pair of electron, so it becomes quite unstable. So there is elimination of water molecule taking place. Okay. So this one hydrogen over here will be taken by one of the oxygen's lone pair, and then they go out as water. I'll just show you the elimination of water here. So this bond from here will shift here, okay, giving you carbon-carbon double bond, due to which this becomes unstable, OH minus, and this H plus will go out. And you know water is quite stable molecule, so it goes out as water, living group. Water is a very good living group. So once they get protonated over here, easily it will go out in the form of alcohol, giving you this H, C double bond, or H. What is this, sir? Tell me, what is this? Which functional group is this, you tell me? If you are able to recall. H, then carbon, oxygen double bond, and then you are having hydrogen. Which functional group is this, sir? See properly, students. You are getting confused now. Yes, aldehyde is a correct answer. Aldehyde is correct, no? It's not ketone. How is ketone written? R and then C double bond R, no? If you have both the side, there is carbon present, then that is ketone, no? But if you have hydrogen present, then that's aldehyde, right? H, if you are having C double bond or H, this is aldehyde group, no? C double bond or H group. And they belong to almost, yeah, they are in the same family. The only difference is the alkyl group. If you are having both the side alkyl group, then that's ketone. If you are having hydrogen, then that's aldehyde, okay? So it gives rise to aldehyde here. So I have not taken OH on the same carbon. You should keep that in mind. Why OH are not written on the same carbon? Because of the repulsion, and then there is elimination of water molecule to acquire stability, and they give rise to aldehyde. And then, so that is dihydric alcohol. Similarly, you are having trihydric also if there is 3 OH group present. Okay, if there is 3 OH group present, so here 1, 2, 3 carbon I'll take, and take this OH in the different carbon, okay, and satisfy the carbon valency. This will have 2 hydrogen, this will have 1 hydrogen, and the remaining will have 2 hydrogen. Okay, this is called as trihydric alcohol. Trihydric alcohol. Clear, no? Classification. What is monohydric, dihydric, trihydric alcohol? Even with phenols also you can do. Just take benzene ring and put OH group. It will be same. If you have 2 OH group, then that is dihydric. If you have 3 OH group, then that is trihydric. Okay. So I will not do that. It's there in your book. It's similar, no? Just you have to take OH group attached to the benzene ring. So that is first classification. Is it clear, students? The classification is clear. The first classification based on the number of OH group. If there is 1 OH group, then that is mono. If there is 2 OH group, that is di. If there is 3 OH group, then it is tri. Okay, let's go for the next one. The next is based on hybridization. The next classification is there, no? Compounds containing sp3 hybridized carbon to which OH group is bounded, or to which the OH group is attached. In that first one, like we had alkyl halide here, now it is alkyl alcohol. So you will have carbon, 1 carbon, first carbon if I take, to which OH is attached, and the remaining you take as hydrogen. This is your simple alkyl halide, alkyl alcohol, where you are having alkyl group, R group, and then OH group is there. Again, this can be further divided, no, into primary, secondary, and then tertiary. So how will you divide this into primary? If you replace 1 hydrogen of the alkyl group by R group again, okay, then what will I get? Yes, very good, correct. So then we will get this carbon will have OH, 1 will be R group here, and then the remaining will be 2 hydrogen. Then this is called as primary alcohol. The first one over here which I have got by replacing 1 hydrogen by the R group, alkyl group, then that is called as primary alcohol. If you replace now 2 hydrogen by the R group, if I replace 2 hydrogen by the R group here, another R group if I put, then that will become secondary. Okay, so that I will write here. If I replace 2 hydrogen by 2 R group, and then here OH is there, and then here 1 hydrogen, then this is secondary alcohol. secondary alcohol. And if you replace all the hydrogen, all the 3 hydrogen by R group, then that is called as tertiary. Okay, so you will be having 3 R group and then OH group. This is tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol. Yes, clear? First classification is understood to everybody. So here OH group which is there, it is directly attached to the carbon which is sp3 hybridized. Okay, the OH which is attached to the carbon, that carbon is sp3 hybridized. In that again you are having further classification, because that carbon can only have hydrogen which is your normal alkyl alcohol. But if you replace that 1 hydrogen by 1 R group, then it's primary, 2 R group secondary, 3 R group it is tertiary alcohol. Yeah, now the second one, second classification after this, you are having allylic alcohol. What will be allylic? You all tell me now, what is allylic? We have done, no? There also. In haloalkanes also we have done. Tell me, what was this allylic? Allylic. Recall and tell me. When A comes, Al comes, you should remember it is aliphatic only. Yes, correct. Yeah, very good, very good. That's correct. That is correct. Where OH group, yes, OH group is attached to the carbon, no? It is attached to the carbon. That carbon is what? This carbon over here is sp3 hybridized, which in turn is attached to carbon-carbon double bond,
It's
which is
double
sp2
bonded.
hybridized. Correct? Yes, no, Kuldeep, this is what you wanted to say. OH group is attached to carbon, which is sp3
Yes, ma'am.
hybridized. Yes, good, correct. So OH group is attached to carbon, which is sp3 hybridized, which in turn is attached to carbon-carbon double bond, which is sp2 hybridized. Yes. Now you balance this. Take an example. I have not balanced here. You can take one example. OH I'll take first. OH here. This carbon should have how many hydrogen? 2 hydrogen. Then carbon, 1 hydrogen, double bond. Then CH2. Okay. This will be allylic alcohol. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this is sp3 hybridized. In this also you can have again further classification, primary, secondary and tertiary. To this carbon, if you replace that hydrogen, no? If you replace that hydrogen, then you can get primary, secondary, tertiary. Not very important, but I'm just mentioning. That won't be asked, but then at least this much you remember. Allylic means where OH group, your OH group is attached to the carbon, which is sp3, and that carbon is attached to carbon-carbon double bond, which is sp2 hybridized. Okay, now next one, benzylic. Few of you are getting confused between benzylic and allylic. Benzylic will have that benz name is there. See, allylic you can remember because A double L is there. No, you should remember it is carbon carbon. A means aliphatic, so it should be carbon carbon double bond. There is no ring. This one, yes. Now you will have that benzene ring. Yes, correct. Now you should get that benzene ring. So here now the carbon to which OH is attached, this carbon is sp3 hybridized, but this is in turn attached to the aromatic ring, that is benzene ring, like this. Okay, and then you satisfy the carbon valency, CH2. This carbon will be called as benzylic carbon. Okay, no? So OH group is attached to carbon, which is sp3 hybridized, which in turn is attached to the aromatic ring. Okay, this is your aromatic ring. This is the aromatic ring. Okay, this comes under benzylic alcohol. Yeah, and next after that, so based on sp3 hybridization, we have finished the classification. Moving on with the next one, compounds containing carbon which is sp2 hybridized, to which OH group is attached. In that first one is vinylic. Vinylic comes under again for aliphatic. Okay, so if your OH group is directly attached to carbon carbon double bond like this, then this will be called as vinylic. If I have to satisfy this carbon over here is sp2 hybridized. So OH group is directly attached. OH group over here is directly attached to the carbon which is sp2 hybridized. Okay. Then satisfy here. CH2 you will get double bond CH single bond and then OH. Okay, so you can see 4 valencies are satisfied. This is vinylic alcohol. Okay, example. This is just with the skeleton structure which I gave you. Okay, now vinylic is also clear. Same, no, similar way we are defining. Only the thing is, there you had halogen, now here you are having OH group. Let's go for the next one. Next one is your phenols. Phenols where you are having that OH group attached directly to the aromatic ring, no? There we name them as aryl halide. So now here, you know, if OH group is attached to benzene ring, they are called as phenols. So this is another classification, phenols. Okay, the B part of it. This is clear, students, everyone. Classification is understood, no? Previous slide. Okay, 1 minute. Yes, take down. Shall I proceed? Over? Then the second one is phenols. Written, no? This is also over. Phenols. Yes, I'll proceed with that. When I'm doing IUPAC, I will explain this. This is over, no? Yeah, okay. So we are done with the classification part. Now we will move on with the nomenclature, which is again important topic, starting with the nomenclature. So when you are naming, we will start with the first one. When you are naming the aliphatic, that is alcohols. I'm starting with alcohol first, okay, naming the alcohols. So when you name the alcohol, again there are two names, no? One is common name and then we are having IUPAC name. So starting with the common name. How did we write that haloalkane's name, common name? How was it, students? Recall and tell me, how was the common name of haloalkanes? Yeah, alkyl halide, correct, good. Alkyl followed by halide name. So there you had halogen, so you named that halide. Okay. Now what will you name here? Alkyl group will be there because the carbon chain will be there, no? Alkyl, since you are talking about alcohol, you will end the name with alcohol. So it is alkyl alcohol here. Okay, alkyl alcohol will be the common name. Then come to IUPAC name. Coming to the IUPAC name, in IUPAC, these are derived from the parent hydrocarbon, that's alkane. So you will take alkane and alkanes, E is there, no? That should be replaced by OL, the suffix of the functional group. That is OL, alcohol. OL should be replaced. So generally you will write them as alkanol. Alkanol is the general name. Okay. So alkanes E should be replaced by OL. That's called as alkanol. That will be the IUPAC name. Then other rules remain same. You should see how many branches are present. And then if functional group is there, functional group should be given first preference. Then you will give the name of the numbering to the substituents. But when you are writing the name, you should write the substituent first, followed by the functional group name. All that rules remains the same. Okay. But these are the common name. Just keep that in mind. You can write it down. The common name is alkyl alcohol and IUPAC name where alkanes E is replaced by OL. So it is called as alkanol. Few common names again here also you should study, and IUPAC names are more important. So I'll start with naming the compound. Only alcohols I will name first, then I will go to phenols. We'll start with the first compound. Let me go according to whatever is given in your book. Then I will give you something else. This CH3OH, tell me what will be the... Don't see your book, students. Don't see your book. Just try to name without seeing the book. You see the screen and try to answer. because then there is no point if you're seeing and telling. What is a common name, you tell me? Common name of this.
Methyl alcohol.
Yes, methyl alcohol. Correct. Very good, very good. Correct. Common name, and then here we will write IUPAC name. So CH3OH, so it's methyl alcohol. Correct. Methyl alcohol. Methyl because only one carbon is there, no? Alkyl name. Alkyl alcohol. So methyl alcohol. And IUPAC name? Correct. Very good. One carbon, so it's methane. Methane. E should be replaced by what? OL, no? So methanol. Yes, very good. Correct. Methanol. Methane's E should be replaced by OL. So methanol. Yeah, methane. N, no? One all. E should not be there. E is replaced by all. One all. Okay, next this one. CH3, CH2OH. Okay, I'll ask a few people. They should answer now. Kevin, tell me what is the answer of this common name? Common name of this compound? Kevin? Unmute and tell me. Need not type. Unmute and tell me. Yes, correct. Yes, ethyl alcohol. Yes, correct. Two carbon, no? So it's ethyl alcohol. Everyone is getting same answer? Yes, ethyl alcohol. And what will be the IUPAC name? Two carbon is there. So 1 and 2. Two carbon is ethane. So it's ethanol. Yes, very good. Correct. Ethanol. Okay, this one. CH3, CH2, CH2OH. Faster. Gautami, give me the answer for this. Answer this. 1, 2, 3 carbon. What is a common name? Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Correct. Propyl alcohol. Correct. Propyl alcohol. 3 carbons are there. So it is propyl alcohol. And what will be the IUPAC name? Propanol. Correct. Propane. One all or propanol, you write. One propanol also is correct. Okay. If you're writing the number first, that is also correct. So propanol is the correct answer. Okay. Next. And this propyl alcohol, students, is usually written as N-propyl alcohol because it's normal, no? Normal way of writing. Straight chain compounds are normal way of writing. So it is given as N-propyl alcohol. Okay, now let's go for the next compound. CH3, this one. CHOH and CH3. What will be the name of this? Now, if you see here, the common name, if you're writing, even this is having 3 carbons. So it's propyl only. 1, 2, 3 carbon. But you can see here, second position, CH if you see, then that is attached to CH3, no? You know what is that called as? If you are having second position CH3, or you can just remember, if you have CH3, CH and CH3, anyhow it is, this is called as propyl group. This can be attached to anything, okay? Either the carbon, or if you have OH or anything. But if you find this compound there present, CH3, CH and CH3, okay, next to one another in this fashion only, then that's isopropyl. Yeah, correct. So this is iso, no? You can see here CH3, CH and CH3 is there. And then OH group is attached, second position. So then that is iso. So this is isopropyl. This is isopropyl alcohol. And what will be the IUPAC name? What will be the IUPAC name, students? Tell me. Which position you are having OH group? Second position. So propane. Yeah, correct. Propane 2-ol. Propane it is. Propane. E should be replaced by OL. But the OL is in the second position. So propane 2-ol. Correct. Propane 2-ol. So follow, no, when to write iso. If you find group like this, CH3, CH and then CH3. Okay, if you want, I'll write it here somewhere like this. CH3, CH and then CH3. If you find this continuous group present, this I'm keeping it vacant because it can be bounded to something else. This group. Common name for few, see, starting compounds are important because isopropyl alcohol you will come across. Then the ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol. Okay, for the preparation and all, you will be coming across this. So it's important. Simple ones at least you should know. This one. Quickly you answer now. Now you should be getting hold of it. You will be able to answer fast. Tell me, what is the name of this compound? 4 carbon. 4 carbon, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon is butyl. Yes, correct. So answer will be normal, no? It's written in a straight chain fashion. So it is N-butyl. N-butyl alcohol. Yeah, N-butyl alcohol. And IUPAC name? Butane, no? 4 carbon. So butane. And first position you are having OL. So butane 1-ol or butanol you write. Yeah, 1-ol. If you want to be very precise, you write butane 1-ol or butanol is correct. Okay. Yes. Good. Fine. This one you tell me now. This compound's name. Okay, now your doubt is, can't we write? See, the problem is, if in the question they ask you with common name and IUPAC name. So that is the reason why I said both are important. For at least some compounds, it is important. Tell me this, the name. Faster. Correct. Yeah, good. Isobutyl alcohol. Yeah, correct. Why? Because you can see here, no, second position. This you see, this CH3, CH and CH3. So it's iso. Okay, but how many carbon are there? Total 4 are there. So it's butyl. Okay, so 4 carbon is isobutyl. Isobutyl. And then followed by alcohol. Isobutyl alcohol. Give me the IUPAC name of this. OH group is here. Where the OH group is attached to that carbon, first number should be given. So 1 here, 2 here and then 3 here. Second position you are having CH3. So always branch should be named first, no? Branch should be named first. Second position you are having a branch. So it will be 2 methyl. Starting letter should be capital letter. 2 methyl and then 3 carbon. Yes, good. Propane 1-ol. Propanol. So 2 methyl propanol. Okay, I'll change this. I believe you have written. This one you tell me. What is the common name of this compound? Common name, and here we will write IUPAC name. Tell me the common name of this. See the CH here, to which the OH group is attached. This carbon you see. This carbon is having OH, and this side there is one R group, and this side there is another R group. If two R group are attached, what do you call them? What do you call that? Alcohol as, if there is two, it is secondary, correct. So this will be called
Secondary.
as secondary, and then how many carbon are there? 4 are there. So it is secondary butyl alcohol. This is secondary butyl alcohol. This will not be called as iso, because you are not having CH3, CH and CH3 continuously. Can you see here? That's not there, no? But only OH group is attached in the second position. If there is any confusion of that sort, I'm just clearing it out. But this can be written, students. See, this if you see, no? This 3 carbon one, propane 2-ol what we have written, that if you see, it will have actually two names. Can you see here? CH3, CH and then CH3. One way you can write is isopropyl alcohol, or you can even write as secondary, no? Because you can see here, one CH3 group is here and one CH3 group is here. So this can also be written as secondary propyl alcohol. This has two names, only in this case, because it is arranged in that fashion. I hope I'm clarifying it. Usually I've seen that this doubt will be there in students' mind. So I'm trying to clarify it. I hope you don't have any doubt. If you find CH3, CH, CH3 continuously together, then that is iso. Okay, that happens over here. In this thing, propyl compound, no, when you are writing 3 carbon, you get iso also and you get them as secondary way also. So it can have two common name. But in this case, if you are getting confused here, OH is present and you don't have any continuous CH3, CH and CH3. Okay, so then that is not iso, it is secondary, because one group is here and one group is on this side and OH is present. So secondary butyl alcohol. What will be the IUPAC name now? Yeah, butane, correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon, second position, there is OH group. So it's butane 2-ol. Butane 2-ol. Okay, next. This you tell me. This you should be able to name, because we have come across this compound so many times. What is the common name and the IUPAC name? Both you should be able to tell me. Tertiary what? Yeah, it is tertiary because you can see here, this carbon is attached to one CH3 here, one CH3 here and one CH3. So tertiary butyl alcohol. You can just write T. T-butyl alcohol. T-butyl alcohol, tertiary butyl alcohol. And what is the IUPAC name? 1, no? Here, longest chain should be considered. So 1, 2 and then 3. Second position, you can see there is one branch, that is CH3 and one OH. So the name is 2-methyl, correct. There is very good, correct. 2-methyl and then propane. Second position, there is OH group, no? Because functional group always should end at the last. It should come as a suffix at the end. So propane, second position you are having OH. So 2-ol, propane 2-ol. Okay, yes. Fine. Now we will take these compound, you tell me. So see, this is one different case. Now if you are having 2 OH group present, if there is 2 OH group present on the separate carbon, then how to write the name? Common name you can just keep in your mind. This is called as ethylene glycol. Common name of this compound is ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is the common name. Now you should number this, no? 2 carbon is having 1 OH each, 1 and then 2. So if there is 2 same group present, then there is one rule. If you are able to recall last year, I've told you, if there are 2 similar group present, then the alkane's full name should be written. The alkane's full name should be written. Not the way here we replace no E and we write the suffix. We replace the E and we write the suffix. In this case, it is not that. You should write the full name. So 1, 2, we are having first and then second position OH group is there. So it will be 1, 2, then, or you can write full name first and then we will write the position. No? Write the parent full name. Ethane 1, 2. Twice you are having OH group, so diol. This is the name. Ethane 1, 2 diol. Got how to name this? If there is 2 or more than 2 similar functional group present, then the full name of the alkane should be written. If you are not able to recall, write it somewhere. If there is 2 or more than 2 similar functional group, okay, if there is 2 or more than 2 similar functional group, then the full name of the alkene should be written, not replacing by E. Full name of alkane should be written. So I've written full name here, 2 carbon, no, so ethane. Then you see which position this OH group is present. First and second position, so then 1, 2 diol. Followed? Give me the name of this compound now. Similar way, apply the same concept and tell me what will be the name of this. Common name, anyways, I'll give you. Common name you can just keep in your mind. Glycerol it is. Glycerol is a common name. Tell me the IUPAC name. Give the IUPAC name, students. Faster. Yeah, correct. Very good. Very good. Correct. Yeah, 3 carbon. So 1, 2, and then 3. 3 carbon. Full name should be written. So propane. Propane. Then, yeah. Position you should mention 1, 2, 3. How many are there? 3 are there. So you should use, no? A prefix should be used, tri. Tri and functional group is alcohol. So OL. So propane 1, 2, 3, triol. This is the name. Yes. If there is 4 OH group, then tetraol. If there is 4, no, then it's tetra, right? So you write the name, full name you write, then you write tetra. 5 means penta. Okay. So this is clear. Alcohol naming is clear. Now we'll go for next. Cyclic alcohol. Quickly I'll finish. Then the next part is phenols and the ether. So cyclic alcohol, if you are having cyclic alcohol name. See this one. Directly we can name. This one, you tell me what will be the name of this. How many carbons are there here? This is cyclic compound. It is not benzene compound because there is no double bond here. 5 are there. So OH is attached to this carbon. So give the number 1 for this. 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. 5 carbon and it's in the closed ring form. So then it is cyclo, no? Cyclo, closed ring. So then the name should be cyclo. You should add a word. Prefix should be added. Cyclo if they are closed ring. So this is cyclo. How many are there? 5 are there. 5. So pentane, no? Pentane, E should be replaced by 1 all. OH group is in the first position. So pentane 1 all. Cyclopentanol. Okay, now this one you name. This one. Again, this is not benzene ring. It's a cyclo compound having 6 carbon. And OH group is there. So you can give number 1 to this. Then 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6. So 6 carbon. So what will be the name? Cyclic compound it is. with OH group. Yes, correct. Cyclohexanol, correct. Cyclohexane, no? Hexanes E should be replaced by 1-ol. So cyclohexanol, 1-ol, or you just write hexanol. That's fine. Cyclohexanol, yeah, that is correct. Cyclohexanol is correct. If you want to mention position, you mention. Tell me this. What will be the name of this? Number first. Functional group is here. So functional group should get first preference. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Fourth position you are having CH3 group. So what will be the name? 4, no? Fourth position, always substituent should be named first. Substituent should be named first. Followed by, you should write the root word name. Followed by root word. Means that how many number of carbon and all that is present. Followed by, you should give the functional group, ending, suffix. Prefix, root word and suffix. Prefix always first. Then root word. Then you should end with the functional group suffix. So that is order. So 4-methyl, correct. 4-methyl. Then your root word is here, cyclo compound. Yeah, cyclohexanol. Okay. Cyclohexanol. I have taken here in 4th position. In your book, they have given 3rd position. Just for a change, I have taken this. Clear, no? How to give the name for alcohol? You should practice now. No, para-meta is for benzene. Benzene. When you are having benzene related compound, then that's para-meta. This one, last one, how to give the name.